Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a great Sunday, and welcome to our Sunday Stock Talk. So this is where I go live and I simply break down the top stocks that our viewers see value in. So if you ever want to tune on into any of these live streams, all you literally have to do is drop a thumbs up, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and make sure that you turn on your post notifications so YouTube can alert you when it is that I go live. So again, if you want me to break down your stock, all we literally ask you to do is to type it in the live chat. So let me go ahead and quickly talk about what's going on right now with the overall NASDAQ market. Go on the 5-minute time frame, look at the overall candles. We can see that the NASDAQ right now is hitting a slight resistance. If we take a little bit more of a step back, that's going to be right around 11,400 that we're kind of struggling to break above. And this is after a second consecutive red week for the overall NASDAQ market. So especially following with what's been going on with Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, right? I mean, they did cut back on the interest rate hike. It just, again, market, I guess, just didn't like it this time. The overall up and coming interest rate hikes that are set to come, a little bit more than what we expected, right? So how much longer will the Federal Reserve raise interest rates? That's kind of the question that everyone is asking. They announced that they're going to be doing 3/4 of a basis point in 2023. It could be split up in between 0.25 and or a 0.5 and then an additional 0.25. So something that we can follow up with when it comes down to up and coming economic reports. We already talked about it in today's earlier video, but we do have a GDP report this upcoming week. We have new home sales, initial claims, continuing claims, and all of those that are going to be reported this week. So just make sure that you guys are prepared. So again, if you guys want me to, and I just realized that this live stream is unlisted. Let me see if I could still make it public. All right, here we go. It should be public now. All right, let's give it a couple of seconds. Let's see if it actually pops up. But one of the things that I just wanted to make sure that I do is, again, any stock that you guys want me to break down, just let me know and I'd be more than happy to break it down for you. Okay, there it goes. It should be posted as we are live. All right, so we are getting asked to break down Apple stock. So let's go ahead and break it down. And again, if you want me to break down your top stock, all we literally ask you to do is to drop a thumbs up and then share your top stock in the live chat. So thank you for going live. Of course, JV, appreciate your time and thank you again for tuning on in. Let me go ahead and break down this Apple stock for Stay Green. So the way that I view Apple is Apple's a long-term play. It's not necessarily something that I would personally focus too much on swing trading or even day trading. I mean, the volatility just normally is not there. The cheap can always get cheaper, but I mean, Apple is as bulletproof of a company as it gets. It's one of the companies with the largest market cap. It's one of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded. And right now it is at nearly, but nearly at 52-week lows while it trades at 134. I think it's going to be safe to say that, we'll look back 2 to 3 years from now and we'll be like, dang it, I probably should have invested even a little bit into Apple when it was at $130 a share, right? Looking at where it's at right now versus previous all-time highs, I mean, 34%, there's nothing that's guaranteed in the stock market. But again, something that's close to guaranteed, I would say that, Apple would be that to me. I'm very happy to invest in Apple when it's down. I'm still managing my position size, and that's something that we talk about with our Learn Plan Profit group all the time. It doesn't matter if you're investing. It doesn't matter if you're trading. Position size is so important in every aspect of life. It's a great way to manage your risk by managing your position size. If you guys have any questions about that, again, just shoot me a direct message via Discord, and that's that first link in the description. And I have a specific video where I talk about position size, especially if you're a little bit newer to the stock market and you like the way that I break things down, then I hope that video can hopefully guide you in the right direction if you find yourself too often buying too large of a position, especially during a down market. So let me go ahead and break down the next stock. So yeah, I did see that. So Ricky, did you see that Elon might be stepping down as Twitter CEO? I think that he ran a poll, and whatever the poll says, he will abide by. And it looks like he will most likely step down as CEO. And hopefully, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, Twitter's private now. But the negative influence that it's having, the negative toll that it's having on Tesla being publicly traded, I mean, it hurts, right? It's trading at $150 a share, I think, last time we checked. So I would love to see Elon back in action, solely focused on, well, at least for a majority of his part, mainly focused on Tesla, and hopefully that can attribute to Tesla's recovery with its share price. So I think that we could, except if you're shorting it, right? If you're shorting it, I'm sure you're loving what's going on right now with Tesla. So can you break down Netflix? Of course. Again, if you want me to break down your stock, all you literally have to do is type it in the live chat and drop a thumbs up. Also, do not forget, what was I going to say? If you can, post it in the ticker call out format. So what's your trade plan? Where do you plan to buy? Where do you plan to exit? I just want to make sure that I encourage you to not just think about investing or think about trading a stock, but actually create a plan of action, right? So I just want to have a better understanding of what you expect of it. So Netflix has been a struggling company, right? From highs of 700 to lows of 162. Now with a huge recovery, it's actually quite surprising. From lows of 162, now trading at 188, 82% gain so far. I would say, I mean, right now we have a pretty consistent channel, right? So it's very easy to see the higher highs and higher lows that it has here. So what I mean by that, it's an ascending uptrend pattern. It's a very basic, technical pattern where it makes progressive higher highs and progressive lower highs. So as long as it continues that, right, it holds above the EMA and continues to try to form these higher lows, I would say that that's encouraging. If you see that this thing begins to break below EMA and begins to retrace back to the moving average, that's where we could begin to see a change of direction, and when you can get into some trouble, right? As of right now, yes, I like that you're talking about it because it's at a potential support level, but just because it's bounced here before does not mean that it has to bounce here again, right? Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They do not always have to. Confirmation is key, and make sure that you watch that position size, right? So are you going live tomorrow, Rick? Of course, Jason. So I'm super excited to be trading live with our LPP team. And again, if you're part of our LPP team, set your alert for market open. I might even go live a little bit earlier just because on Friday I went live a little bit later. So I might go live a little bit earlier and just host a longer live trading session. So again, if you're not part of our LPP team already, we are running a huge sale, and it's the second link in the description down below if you've been waiting for a big discount. So what's going on, Ronnie? You want me to break down Amazon? What Ronnie says, I shall follow. Let's go ahead and break this one down. So hopefully I earn your thumbs up in this video, Ronnie. Amazon trading at $85 a share. And again, you guys hear me talk about this almost on a weekly basis. If you're part of my LPP team, almost on a daily basis. Again, Amazon to me is as bulletproof of a company as it can get. Yeah, it's unfortunate with what's going on. And yes, for up and coming quarters, they might show and reflect, slower than expected. The cheap can always get cheaper. What I view it as is short-term pain for long-term gain. Looking at Amazon and where it's at right now based off of previous patterns, I mean, we are literally back at 2018 levels. Think about that. Let that sink in. And I'm not talking about Elon walking into Twitter. I'm talking about in the past 4 years, nearly 5 years of Amazon growth, it has given everything back. So if you have been someone that you're like, man, I wish I would have invested. I wish I would have started trading in the past 5 years. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know how much cheaper it can get. All I know is that I personally really find Amazon attractive at this $80 price point. There is still no confirmation of a recovery. There's still no indication of, that the market has to recover, right? But if you begin to ask yourself what caused the market to sell off, I mean, inflation was really high and the Feds began to raise interest rates, right? And as that began to happen, market began to sell off all of 2022. Now we're beginning to see this transition. So let's not forget about it, right? The core reason on why the market sold off. Now things are not getting worse. And when things are not getting worse, then therefore they should be getting better as time goes on. And yes, it could still be rough for the next couple of months, for the next couple of quarters. But all I'm saying is that now is when you create that plan of action during a downtime, right? Just like Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. Market's very oversold. Amazon is one of my top picks, but again, that is 100% my opinion. I encourage you, even during this downtime, I encourage you to take time and formulate that investment plan. Speak to a financial advisor, whoever it is that you want to speak to, but I want you to start having those difficult conversations now, right? I think a lot of you guys can agree that it's not that you have to buy everything right now, but it's during this downtime where it's the best time to prepare. Preparing does not mean buying. Preparing just means creating a plan of action. So when an opportunity does present itself, you know exactly what to do, right? You're not going to be like everyone else that always talks about doing something about, oh yeah, I want to invest in the stock market, but it's too expensive for me, or whatever the case might be. There's always some form of excuse on why they don't start. Start in your own way, even if it's with $50 or $100. It doesn't matter. Even if you just buy one share, spark that interest, get involved, but do it in a way that excites you. Don't do it in a way that's going to destroy you or discourage you, right? Don't bite more than you can chew. And again, that's just my 2 cents. So, Ricky, keep being awesome. What's going on in Lance Kitchen? What's up? What's up? Hope that you're doing well, and happy holidays to you. So, how can you tell if the market is oversold? Well, Naomi, there's indicators that like to be used for oversold or overbought. But it's kind of like asking the question, right? Let's say that you go to this like department store and something sells for $20 always, right? But then as of now, right, it's maybe $10. Well, how do you know that that's a cheap price? Well, it's just what it was previously valued at. It's $20, right? I mean, if we look at what it was previously valued at, Amazon was previously valued at $188. Right now it's at 87, and it's not that it has to recover anytime soon, and it's not that it can't get any cheaper, but the idea is you're never going to be perfect with your investments. Your entries and your exits are never going to be perfect. The goal is always just to enter when you find it to be a good time. And again, that's why I talked about that fundamental reason of why the market started selling off, because I think that's a thing you need to begin to ask yourself is, can things get worse? And of course, things can always get worse, but are we closer to the bottom than we are to the top, right? And with what we've seen and this transition from the Federal Reserve of now being less aggressive, inflation is actually coming down. I see that to be progress. It's not perfect. It's not, exactly where we want it to be, but it's progress. And this is where I begin, where it would begin to make sense for me to make this transition from shorting to going long, right? And that's just my opinion, but you guys can let me know what you think. All right, let's see. We're going to the moon, Ricky? No, we're not trading meme stocks over here, right? So Ricky, can you talk about, I don't talk about pump and dumps. It's just not my thing. If you want to make money that way, I'm not here to discourage you, right? I know that there's a lot of different ways on how to make money. All I ever ask you to do is to look out for yourself. So if you do choose to take advantage of a risky play, watch that position size. I'm all about it, right? I know that, I don't trade options, but I know that people can make money on options. I just view them to be too risky, right? And you live and you learn. So I'm never here to say that the way that I do things is the best way, because I know that that's not true. I know that there's so many different ways and outlets to make money. And I want, if I'm just a YouTuber to you that sparked your interest and that you transitioned into investing in something else, then so be it, right? If I was that small spark and form of motivation for you, then that's what I'm here for, that, right? I don't need you to follow in my exact footsteps, as I know the way that I do things is not the way that everyone wants to do things. And I respect that. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I hope that you know that, I hope you see that to be expressed through my videos. So I'm shorting Snap. Can you look at that? Yeah, let's check it out. So we have a bear in the room. All right, so I'd be pretty careful here. So looking at the day chart, I'm still making progressive lower highs and lower lows. It's just very oversold. And anytime something is very oversold like this, any news can come out that can just completely cause the stock to begin to rally, right? So I'd just be careful with that. As it becomes a little bit more or closer to, it's still progressively making lower highs and lower lows. We are now a little bit closer to this oversold side, right? So looking at this RSI indicator, I'd be careful at these oversold levels where, again, it's kind of like when you go long on a position. You always want to make sure that your upside potential outweighs your downside risk. As you're shorting, you make money as it goes down. I don't know if your downside potential outweighs your upside risk, right? It is a descending pattern, but at one point or another, you have to remember to ask yourself of like, well, how much longer am I going to hold this short position? And with shorting, because technically there's no cap at how high it can go, I choose to play it safe. And for all of our Learn Plan Profit traders, risk management is our number one focus. So I wish you nothing but the best. Congrats with your short, and hopefully you can lock in profits, especially, as this thing still progressively is selling off. So which EMA and SMA do you use while scalping on the 5-minute? I use the same setup that I have. So if you're part of LPP, I have my, Weeble setup video in there, right? So it's 40. I change it from 40, 45. If there's a lot of momentum, I change it all the way down to 20 for the EMA. And then the moving average, I keep at 200. So who uses Snapchat anymore? I just feel like also we're a little bit older, so maybe that's why we don't use Snapchat. But maybe the younger generation does. It's definitely not. Yeah, I'm not taking selfies like I used to, right? At least not myself. So HITI, what's going on, Jad? So hopefully I earn your thumbs up in this video, and I'd be more than happy to break it down for you. Oh, did I not type that in correctly? Thanks, Rick. You've been following me since your first car flip and buying a house. I appreciate that. Thank you. Where's this at? All right, I don't see it there. There we go. Okay, HITI. I typed it in incorrectly. 4 hour. Yeah. So I personally do not trade anything like this. Super low volume. I can just see by the way that the candles are. Yeah, the broken candles. Yeah, not my thing. Consistent descending pattern, lower highs, lower lows. This thing pumps for a short period of time. It's called a pump and dump, right? It never holds, and it will always sell off. Every pump and dump is like this. They feed you all this news on why they think it's going to continue to rise. I'm telling you, there's not one pump and dump in history that has actually ever held. So again, I'd rather play it safe than sorry. And with this, I just would rather not partake in any of it. But again, just because I choose not to do something doesn't mean that you don't have to. It's just too risky for me. And just like if you want to do this, I respect that. Just I hope that you look out for yourself in some form of risk management and understand that with these plays, the way that I view it is when it's actually rallying, right? When there's actually momentum, sure, day trade it, right? Take it day by day, but never hold it overnight, and always lock in profits. Risk management has to be the number one focus. I don't care about how much money you could have made. Again, just look at it. It's been selling off nonstop, and it will continue to do that. So again, please look out for yourself. All right, SPY analysis for this week if possible. Yeah, SPY has been on a consistent descending pattern for the past 2 weeks, right? We just broke below the EMA, getting rejected off that moving average. Again, indicators are to be used as a reference, never as a sole reason on why to take a trade. The thing that I'm interested to see is that if it holds actually at these levels. So again, one of the things that I was showing right now is the NASDAQ future. And if NASDAQ is up, so should SPY. So should the S&P 500. And this is it's actually getting a little bit better. So we have a slight resistance here, so I'd look out for that right around 11,400 for the NASDAQ, but we're up 0.3%, almost 0.27 to be exact. So that means that SPY should be opening up in the green, but we'll see, right? One green day does not define a market recovery, nor does it define a reversal. So I would take it day by day. Again, we're not here to hope for anything to happen. Hoping is for losers, right? You're not a loser. Stay calculated, stay effective. Be comfortable with staying cash. And what that means is be comfortable with not having a position as a trader. Be empowered to be selective, right? If there's no confirmation, then there's no trade. Any open position is a position that's open to risk. Please remember that, right? I just want to look out for you guys. And just because it's slowly showing signs of recovery, if you want to take a small position, great, so be it. And then if it breaks below, then you can cut losses to it, right? There's a form of risk management there. But always wait for that confirmation. And looking at these a little bit larger time frames, I mean, it's going to be very easy to see, on the 1 hour, hey, are we trading above the EMA? Are we actually showing signs of a reversal? Are we showing signs of higher highs and higher lows? Progress, right? That's always what we talk about during our live trading session with our LPP team. Are we seeing progress? If there's no progression, then why are you still in that trade? Right? So again, just asking yourself these questions nonstop. No hoping here. It's all calculated risk. And that's what I hope for. I guess that's what I want for all of you guys. But again, you guys need to put in the work. So, hey, Ricky, can you check out? Now, I'm not going to check out any pump and dumps. I feel like I've been asked that question so many times that people just want to bring more awareness to it. And I'm not here to bring awareness for pump and dumps. So, I would lock in profits if you were up. That's the best thing that I would ever say. So I know I would lock in profits if I was up on a pump and up. So again, it's no disrespect to you. I need to look out for our beginner traders. And I hope that you understand that. That's always how I've ran my channel, and that's how I'd like to continue to run it. So, all right, let's go ahead and break down Meta. Let's go ahead and do 2 more breakdowns, and then we'll call it a live stream. How does that sound? So let's go do Meta real quick. So on the day chart, Meta, again, lower highs, lower lows. It's showing signs of consolidation, but no progression. Remember, we're asking ourselves, are we actually indicating signs of an uptrend? I have my alert that you see right here. If we're not actually making higher highs, then why are you even in a position, right? You can see that it's trading within this channel. It's very easy to see. It's in this consolidation phase. If you're part of our LPP team, you know that consolidation does not mean confirmation. It's establishing something, but there's no progression. We're not trading above 126. And because of that, again, do you want to have an open position that just continues to waste time? No, right? You want there to be progression. And as of right now, because it's been selling off so consistently, you have to understand that the way that I view this is that it's a descending pattern. And a descending pattern while it's consolidating, that's 2 negatives, right? It's a descending pattern on something that's been consistently selling off. So why would I hope for it to actually begin to recover? Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be better than how you were yesterday. So break those bad habits, right? Let's go ahead and do one more. So AMD just broke above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. Curious on your thoughts. Cal, I appreciate you even taking a little bit of time and actually sharing your thoughts on it. I really do appreciate that. And hopefully I earn your thumbs up on this video. So looking at AMD on the day chart, dude, AMD, NVIDIA, all of those INTC have been so rough, right? Lower highs, lower lows. I love AMD and what it is and how it's been innovating the market, just like I love NVIDIA. But man, these things are getting, just completely annihilated in this market. And with everything that's going on with the government of trying to bring, all the manufacturing back to the US, it's just not helping AMD. So as of right now, it's a descending pattern. If you're in it for a long-term play, I would just be very careful with your position size. If you're in it with a day trade, I just don't see why you'd be in there for a day trade if direction is not in your favor. Even for a swing trade, it doesn't really make much sense because, again, direction is not in your favor. Yes, I see that there's upside potential, but again, direction is not in your favor. There's no confirmation. And again, you have to follow your criteria. So at least that's my criteria. I don't know what yours is, but it doesn't really make sense to enter a position, hope for it to, recover, but then there's no indication of a recovery, right? So keep it simple, set those alerts, and let's follow up with it when it actually has confirmation. So Elon's news with Twitter, how does that affect Tesla? We actually just talked about that, of Elon potentially stepping down as CEO. I think that would be positive news. I think that we'll most likely see Tesla rally if he confirms that he's stepping down as CEO, right? It's a domino effect, and it's very easy to understand why Tesla would rise. But that's most likely going to be a short-term rise, so maybe something that I would day trade. It's understanding that it's not detrimental to the company, right? It's positive action, but it's not the end of the world for it. So QQQ, again, QQQ is NASDAQ, and we're at 0.3 right now for NASDAQ futures. NASDAQ futures are in the green. We're looking to break above 11,400, but we're at 11,378. Again, just because it's in the green now doesn't mean that the market will open up in the green. Big difference, right? So I'm excited to follow up and to see where the market actually opens, but we'll have to see. Trust me, I want the market to recover, but it doesn't matter what I hope for. It doesn't matter what I want. My wants and my hopes and my desires about the market are irrelevant, just like yours, right? It's not about what we want. It's about the positions that we put ourselves in. Remember, do not open a position to any trade, to any opportunity that doesn't meet your criteria. I can encourage you, at least from my experience, the more that you say no and the more that you actually hold back, the better. Yeah, you might miss out on a couple good trades. Who cares? You didn't lose any money, right? Your focus should be to be selective and to be calculated, right? Just like someone that understands what they're doing. They're not going to try to tackle down and take advantage of every opportunity that doesn't actually meet our criteria. Stay calculated, stay effective, and again, wait for that confirmation. So again, I don't want to take too much of you guys' time this Sunday. I really do appreciate you guys just even hopping on here with me for a little bit. Congratulations to all the Argentinian people out there. I did see that World Cup. It was probably one of the best soccer games that I've seen, and yeah, it's just amazing to see everything being put together. So again, I'm very excited for the live trading session. I am going to be trading live tomorrow at Market Open with our Learn Plan Profit team. Remember, I only work with my Learn Plan Profit team. So if you want to stop guessing and start learning, I trade live with them every day. So you get to watch me trade live. You get to see my entries, my exits. You get to hear my thought process. You get access to the A to Z video lesson library designed for complete beginners. So if you're experienced, do not sign up and expect to, learn anything new if you already are well versed in the market. This course is designed for complete beginners, and I promote it that way because, again, that is who we are trying to assist. So complete beginners, daily live trading sessions, private group chats. So if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me within our private LPP group chat. And then, of course, you get access to the TechBuds HQ. It's a one-time payment. It's a lifetime access. And right now we are running a sale, and it's $150 off. Also, our giveaway ends today for TechBuds apparel. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that we have been giving away, it's these different items that you actually see behind me. Everything from an iPad, right? A PS5. Let me pull it up here. A PS5, iPad, Beats, drones. We gave away Beat headphones last week. We're doing a micro giveaway every single week. So today is the last day to enter, and then we'll be selecting a random prize and announcing the winner tomorrow. And then you get automatically entered for our grand prize of $2,000. So again, you can literally buy anything from our store. So if you want to buy a mouse pad, if you want to buy a t-shirt, everything that you buy for every $1 you spend equals 5 automatic entries. Imagine that, buying a $30 mouse pad, entering 150 times automatically, and then winning. I don't know what we're going to be giving away tomorrow. I think we're going to pick it randomly at raffle. It's either going to be, an iPad, PS5, or the drone. So again, if you guys haven't entered already, that's going to be linked down in the description. That's that fourth link down below if you want to learn more about our Christmas giveaway. And you would have to purchase something by tonight to be entered for the giveaway. So appreciate your time. Again, if you have any questions, especially if you're a complete beginner, shoot me a direct message via Discord, and that's that first link in the description. I am using the Webull trading application to trade. It is free for everyone in the US, and that's that fifth link down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and that's that third link in the description. I appreciate your time. Hope that it earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. For all of our Learn Plan Profit traders, make sure that you set your alarm for market open, as we will be going live. And if you want to join our Learn Plan Profit team, click that second link down below. Take 2 minutes, and again, it's $150 off. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and I'll see you tomorrow at market open. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.